crudo, 2 salad niçoise, and 1 striped bass.
Bon appetit. Good evening, chef.
Good evening, husband.
You better be ready to get real busy.
We are all booked for tonight.
The kitchen is now closed.
Hello?
They're coming for you.
I owe a lot of money.
How much, Frey?
1.2. You don't know these guys. They're not going to walk away from this.
I got $10,000 for the person who kills them.
Whose blood is that? What's going on?
Don't open the door, Ray, don't. I used to work for the KGB.
You're a spy.
I'm a chef.
Send me everyone you've got. I don't care about the cost. Just make it happen.
See you soon.
We'll hit him from both sides.
Her.
It's a her.
It's a her.
Can we help you?
Isn't it past your bedtime?
He's tougher than he looks.
Well, he looks geriatric. I hope so.
It's a little below the belt, don't you think?
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, I am so ecstatic today to have with me a man of many talents, actor, producer, professional wrestler, and yoga instructor, Dallas Page. Dallas Page, say hello to everybody.
I always crack up when I go yoga instructor because, DDP yoga, I guess I teach people, but more like CEO. But I do work with a lot of people and teach them my yoga for people who wouldn't be caught dead doing yoga.
No, completely true. And you saved a lot of lives. And from what I understand and from what I've seen, you saved a lot of people and you've helped a lot of people. And for me, that goes a long way. And that's pretty amazing, man.
Well, when I was a kid, I was listening to Zig Ziglar, and I heard him say, you can get whatever you want as long as you help enough people get what they want. And it became kind of like my credo.
I think that's a pretty good mantra to live by, Dallas.
Yeah.
And I think that you've had a really long and winding journey, doing many things, including this film here, High Heat, that we're talking about today, in which you play a little bit of an interesting character. Can you talk to us about the film a little bit and your character, Dom?
Yeah, mob boss type of character. Whenever I do anything, whatever role I'm playing, it's always a piece of myself if I really ended up in that spot. And I had a lot of friends of mine who were, gangsters. Some of them just flat out. Some of them want to be gangsters. Because I'm from the Jersey Shore, and all those guys had come down from the shore. And so I kind of, knew, without being actually in it, like another example would be like someone like Chuck Zito, who is renowned that pretty much everybody knows who he is, but he was head of the Hells Angels, the president of the New York chapter Hells Angels for 25 years. But he very easily could have been in a gang, and a different type of gang than Hells Angels. But what I found that a lot of those guys that I met who were really powerful, they were very nice guys. They were nice guys. You had to go out of your way to piss them off, and that to me was a lot of the backstory. If I went that way with my life, how I would handle it. To me, Dom is a lot like myself in the way of, man, I just want to get a massage. I want to chill out. I want to have a glass of wine. I want to enjoy my lady, my wife. I want to enjoy my time. I don't want to be bothered. Now, that's why I send my son to take care of it. It's like, how hard can this be? Of course, this turns into one of the hardest things ever. And, the journey, when you're going through script like this, it's like I'm going to play it the way I want to play it, like my choices. But a lot of times I'm going to nail that the first or second round. Like they're pretty much going to get what I just gave them. So, as long as nobody else screwed up in the scene or whatever, it's on me. And so then, they don't want to take one or two takes. It's like Zach, who was the director, was like, dude, perfect. Okay, we got time. Let's try a couple other takes. So, I did it different levels and different energies. And I was very happy that a lot of my choices he picked, because when you're 6'4" and 230 pounds and you dwarf pretty much everybody, less is more. A look, a sigh, just feeling the moment, your eyes, they can say it all. And I thought he picked some really good choices, but not just for me, the entire crew. I thought Zach did a hell of a job, because when you're a director and you're the guy who's probably going to be editing it too, or at least overseeing it, man, that's a really hard job, man. But I thought he did a great job for the entire cast.
I love that. And I think you're right. I think when you are 6'4", decisions can be made very easily. But it also works when you're 5'9", 165 pounds, too. I'll let you know that. How much do you think that your history in front of millions of people, having only one take, helped you here? Because, I mean, when you were back in the day, when you were in the pro wrestling scene, you only get one take.
Right.
And you got to get it right. Do you think that's helpful?
Absolutely. Which is one of the reasons why I pretty much could get it to them in one or two takes, what they need. You know what I mean? It's like, I'm going to deliver this the way it's going to be, because I'm used to red light. Like, there's no cut. There's no, let's try that again. Can you try it? Like, you forget where you are. And I can remember exactly where I was when it happened. There were two times in my career that I got completely lost of what I was about to say, because what I had already prepared, I went off on a tangent and forgot where the hell I was.
Did you want to share those?
Well, the one that really sticks out was me and Gene Okerlund, and I was cutting this promo, and I forgot where I was, and it just worked. I mean, I was so mad at myself that I was like, yeah, like I like screamed and took that walk, and it brought me right back to where I needed to be. Just like professional wrestling matches, everybody thinks it's all choreographed. That's impossible. But for me personally, I was very detailed on what I wanted to do and letting the person know it was the best improvisation, I should say preparation. It was the best preparation meets improvisation. And you have to be able to listen to the people. So just like when I realized that they popped on that, when I got, like, I was like screamed and walked around, it was more of a, you're like, and it just fit. It brought me right back where I needed to be. For this here, if that would have happened, I would have done the same thing. Now, would I react like that? I don't know. I might just go, let's do that again, because we could,
Yeah.
But in this scenario, when you're out there, it's baptism under fire. And a lot of guys can't do it. A lot of guys, they just can't. Like, I look at Roman Reigns today, and I thought he was a decent promo in the beginning, but he's a great promo now. He's a great, great promo. Very much, and I've said this before, like, kind of like Jake the Snake had that timing.
A less is more attitude.
Yeah, and he takes his time. You very rarely hear him yell. You know, that's how Jake was, and it makes you listen. You know, so I think all that preparation helps.
I love that, and I think you're right. It's funny because whenever you see pro wrestlers act, it doesn't matter how great a pro wrestler or how great a promo they are. It's a really difficult thing to step in front of a camera and act. I mean, one of the best promo deliverers of all time is now the biggest Hollywood star in Dwayne the
I
Rock
love it.
Johnson.
Yeah, I love it. I
You
love
know,
it. I mean, he's. I think that Batista's done an unbelievable job, but Rock has been on top for God, I don't know, 8 years now, whatever. I think it's helped because Batista is such a great actor. I mean, he is a great actor. Uh, I think it's helped him open other doors because The Rock's the guy. Well, guess what? Batista's fucking great too. He's really great. And now Cena has been delivering on all these cylinders. And I think he's done an unbelievable job as well.
I love that you brought up Batista because he's similar to you in that he was late into the pro wrestling game and into the acting
Mhm.
game, much as yourself. You didn't start training as a pro wrestler until you were my age, 35. Am I correct?
Right. Yep. And I think Dave started like at 31. There's actually a picture I just put up, I think, or I'm going to be putting up. I went down the OVW when I first got to WWE, and it was against Kane and Taker, and it was just a tag match, and it was me and Batista. I'll tell you how cool Batista is. When he went up there, 290 plus pounds of just twisted steel and sex appeal. I mean, like the guy obviously had it all. He was very, a bit of a loner, but I talked to him. I come up and just, talk to him. I met him down at OVW and I really liked him a lot. And about after I'd been out of the business, probably about 3 years, I was coming back at 49 to do TNA, Impact Wrestling, just to show what I could do at 49. I wanted to show, like, for my program, I'm out, I'm done because of injury. Now I'm back at 49 just to show you I can still go. Well, I was at a show in Maryland and he was there because those guys helped give him his start, Danny. And I just walked by him at one point, shook his hand, and went and did my thing. I was wrestling Canyon and was out there at intermission doing pictures, and somebody stuck their head out and said, "Hey, D, Dave wants to say goodbye." I said, "Oh, cool." I walked through the curtain and he said, "Hey, man," he goes, "I just want you to know a lot of the people at the WWE those first couple of years, nobody talked to me like, but you did. And I appreciate your advice. And I just want you to know I appreciate you." And that gave me a big hug. And, like that was super cool. And I've loved watching him do everything that he does. He's really like, he's multifaceted, like The Rock. They're both similar in the way that they can play a lot of different types of characters and very talented, both of them. And John too. I mean, I think he's doing a hell of a job.
I think that you're totally right there. I just got done watching Glass Onion. Actually, he's in that, the new Knives Out movie. Uh, all week I've been in screenings and I saw that. And he's incredible in it. I only have one question left for you, Dallas, because I'm getting hit with the old it's slobbering time. So I'm gonna
Right.
have one question and left, and then we'll do an outro. So I'm gonna have you hit me because you're so good at improvisation, and I know this because I've watched your whole career. I'm gonna have you hit me with a 30-second elevator pitch for High Heat. Can you do that for me?
God, it's just so much fun to watch. I mean, the story itself is it takes you on a journey with this couple that, most people would go, boy, she's a lot younger than him, and his personality is so big that when you go on this journey, you enjoy it.
I love it. Okay. See, now that makes me want to go and watch the film. I love that. I want to really thank this is my man, Diamond Dallas Page, right here. I'm going to ask you one thing before we go, okay, for the outro. I want you to hit me with it. What is the one word I'm looking for right here, Dallas?
There is only one word. Bang.
That's what I was talking about, Dallas. Thank you so much for being here for Film Top Reviews. This has been William, and we appreciate you, man.
All right, brother. Appreciate you back, brother. Have a great day.
Have a great